Listicle link building for Google Gemini AI overviews. I don't know if you've been seeing this, I'm sure you have, unless you've been hiding under a rock. Every single search nowadays always seems to pop up now with the AI overview. This is powered by Gemini. And a lot of people now are starting to come out to say, how do I get my brand mentioned or cited inside of Gemini? Today I'm joined with Jabez, who does a lot of Listicle link building. So I want to jump straight off to say, does Listicle link building help you get cited better in Gemini AI overviews?
100% yes right now. With all our tests, all the publications we've been doing, listicles is what gets cited the most.
And with regards to listicles then, so building these listicles on third-party corroborative sources, is it as easy to get cited in Gemini as it is in, let's say, ChatGPT or in Claude or Perplexity? Like, how difficult is it to get brands being cited inside of Gemini?
For now, from all our tests and campaigns that we've been running, it's fairly easy and faster to rank in Gemini, Claude, compared to ChatGPT. Especially if you...
So ChatGPT's taken a little bit longer to get picked up than Claude and Gemini.
Yes.
So then with regards to then trying to get these listicles being cited inside of Gemini, is there anything like people used to be obsessed with link building with like DA, DR, trust flow, citation flow? The website must have at least 1,000 in traffic, and they was looking at page rank as opposed to it ranking. Do you bother about anything about that? Or are you just literally, if this listicle ranks in, let's say, the top 10 of Google search results, I'm happy?
From our test, I'm not giving a hypothetical, theory. I'm just talking for what we have seen in our test. And from our test, we've seen citations from, or what we call these listicles, published on DR20 sites, DR30 sites with 500 traffic, 1,000 traffic, get cited in Gemini left, right, center. So we are not bothered about DA traffic. As long as these sites, I think the most important thing we check is that these sites shouldn't block any of these LLM crawlers. And then they should make sure that the articles get indexed fast. Because if the article is not indexed on Google, then Gemini won't surface your citations.
So with regard to that then, you just mentioned there about make certain they're not being blocked. How do you go about checking whether the website that you're going to be trying to post that listicle on to try to get into Google Gemini AI overview is blocking Gemini or not? And if it is blocking Gemini specifically, are you then not obviously posting on those websites?
Yeah. So the easiest way to right now is if you have an inventory of sites that you have access to, or even if you have checking one by one, just we've made a Claude skill to just go and check all the sites, the robots.txt file, and check if any of the sites have blocked any of the LLM crawlers. And from there, we can filter out. So it's pretty fast and easy.
And then with regards to, you mentioned there, like you're not really too fussed or bothered about DR, DA, and all the rest of it, as long as it ranks. And so first and foremost, it's got to be crawled, it's got to be indexed, and then ideally it's got to be ranking in, let's say, the top 10 or the top 20 results. Are you then making certain that you're writing well-formatted content? Like with this listicle, are you taking time as if it's a money page type of article, formatting it with bullet points, numbered lists, videos, images? Like how far are you going with this to try to make certain that these listicles can rank?
Right. Just a quick thing regarding site selection. If you can get access to, bigger sites, more rich niche relevant sites, great, go ahead. And we've seen that results can come a bit even more faster with those, but don't stress about only going after premium and extra hyper relevant sites. Then when it comes to writing, I think 60% of the game, or if not 70% of the game, is about how well structured you write your listicles. So with proper bullet pointers in the start, like key takeaways, then comparison tables, then proper H2s with your target brand, then your competitors, the competitors who are identified as key entities in your niche, FAQs, then do a bit of research on how semantic articles are, the style of writing, and then understand how semantic triplets work, quadgrams and other things work, and just feed all that data into, if you are struggling to how to understand the semantic way of writing articles, feed that into Claude, and it will help you write better articles. But make it as structured as possible. Internal linking out to authority articles, referencing to authority posts, YouTube videos, media, infographics, as much detail and structure you can add. It's going to help you to rank. It's going to help you to get indexed first, then help you to rank better, and then eventually start ranking better in Gemini.
Yeah, I think for me, the number one problem that some people are having with regards to getting listicles and putting them to try and rank in Google Gemini overview is they go and do one listicle, right? And they think that that's good enough. Oh, it's ranking. And it's not. And obviously you've got to build that consensus up. So for anyone who's listening or watching this, can you try to explain the importance of consensus, what that means, and why that's really important for listicle link building to get cited in Google Gemini AI overviews?
You need to understand that Gemini is, or as an LLM, has way more intelligence than just your regular Google algo. The goal is for them to reach AGI status, and these LLMs, Gemini, are thinking, or let's say, are almost there trying to think like humans. So how humans think of any brand. Let's say if there's a newly launched brand and it hasn't won its consensus locally or citywide or statewide, you won't see that brand as a great performer nationwide. Same with LLMs as well. If you don't have any coverage locally for suburbs, for neighborhoods, none of the LLMs and even Gemini won't rank you for nationwide keywords or nationwide, terms. So you have to win in, build consensus locally, then citywide, statewide, and then eventually nationwide. And then these LLMs and Gemini specifically will identify your brand as the top most recommendation for nationwide keywords and start ranking you for nationwide keywords as well.
Yeah, for sure. Jabez, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for
Same
coming
here,
on. Make
Thanks
certain
for
you
having
check out the links in the description with regards to how to rank with regards to listicles in ChatGPT and also listicles in ranking for Claude AI. It's crazy how well Jabez is getting these listicles ranking in all the different LLMs. Jabez, it's been an absolute pleasure.